A little unsettling. Somebody's roaming around that would do something this bad.
Happy it's open.
A community still on edge tonight. A killer still on the loose, accused of setting a 7-Eleven in Punta Gorda on fire, killing the young clerk who was working inside. Well, today that 7-Eleven on Bow Harbor Boulevard opened for the first time in over 3 weeks. Good evening. I'm Patrick Nolan.
And I'm Amy Wegman. 18-year-old Kyle Farisian's body was found inside that burnt-out store. 4 in Your Corner's Lisa Greenberg live outside the 7-Eleven in Punta Gorda, speaking to Kyle's father about this tragedy.
Patrick and Amy, this 7-Eleven here in Punta Gorda reopening its doors for the first time today since 18-year-old Kyle Farisian's body was found inside just about 3 weeks ago. Now, some are glad to see this giant orange open sign in the front yard, but others say the store isn't doing enough to keep people safe. Back in business, and regular 7-Eleven customers once again making their routine pit stops, like Matt Houston.
I live right up the street. It's very convenient.
Happy it's open after a tragedy that shook the Punta Gorda community. The convenience store set on fire on November 1st. Investigators finding the body of 18-year-old Kyle Farisian, a clerk at the 7-Eleven, inside.
We were surprised that they happened because it just seems like it was something real personal and out of character for the area.
One neighbor living in the area tells me she's disappointed the store opened so soon, but is more concerned that it's still open 24 hours and has even installed extra security measures in her home. Other neighbors like Daniel Avenancio don't mind. In fact, he says his son used to work there.
And he worked late nights also, and he never had any problems there.
While the store is still open 24/7, I'm told they're putting in more security cameras both inside and outside. Instead of one person working the overnight shift alone, 2 clerks will now be working.
That should be the norm for something like that that's open 24 hours a day.
And while some are celebrating the improvements, others like Farisian's father, Mark, are angry. He stopped by the 7-Eleven today and didn't want to go on camera, but says it's unacceptable someone as young as his 18-year-old son was working alone that late at night. He says he'll do whatever it takes to get the rules changed in his son's name. Meanwhile, his son's killer, seen in these surveillance photos, is still on the streets.
A little unsettling. Somebody's roaming around that would do something this bad.
Just a week after Farisian's death, a warrant was served at his home on Deborah Drive as part of the investigation. I knocked on the door to see if anyone was home to talk about the search. No one came to the door, but someone shouted from the inside, "No comment, please." Now, Punta Gorda police say they're waiting on evidence being analyzed from the state crime lab and are working many leads in this case. So if you recognize that guy or female in those surveillance photos, or you have any information whatsoever pertaining to this case, you're asked to call Crime Stoppers. That number is 1-800-780-TIPS. For now, we're reporting live in Punta Gorda. Lisa Greenberg, Fox 4, in your corner.